Hi, I'm Ztarli, and in this video I'll be drawing the prize line art for V-Bean, who won my recent competition. V-Bean asked that I draw their Wings of Fire OC, which they provided a picture for that you can see on the right there, and they wanted it with a sort of cold expression, sort of like they're listening to another ice wing but not really believing what they were saying, which I thought was like a really cool way to describe an expression, and I straight away had a pretty solid image in my mind as to what that would look like, so I got straight on it. As usual, started with a sketch here. This is just a line art, so I wanted to make sure the sketch was pretty solid, as I would be following the sketch lines for the line art later on in the video, and I wanted it to be clear so that V-Bean could see what the end result might be, and they'd be able to make changes before I actually started the line arting if they weren't happy with anything. It's been a little while since I've done any Wings of Fire fan art, so this was actually super fun to do and made me really want to return to my own OC that I'd made like during some dodgy little speed paint snack video. I should really design that character properly and draw it properly so you can see what it looks like. But yeah, I really felt like doing some more Wings of Fire stuff after doing this sketch. I have got some other art I have been doing. It's not Wings of Fire art though. I hope to have that done for a new video. But I've been having a lot of fun with art lately. I've been doing lots of it. A lot of it you won't see on here because there's actually little things like little emojis and little stickers for my new Discord server. They don't take me very long, but they are super fun to do. I also started using some animation because I like having little animated emojis. You might have noticed at the start my little intro face now moves, so I started experimenting with that kind of stuff as well. I didn't do any recordings of the emojis and stickers I made or the animations. If you do want to see that, let me know. I can easily make recordings of them if it's something you're interested in seeing. But yeah, those are all solely being used on my Discord at the moment, so they're not really anywhere else. I might post them to like my Instagram or Twitter or something if people are interested, but otherwise they're just like emojis to use in the Discord. I think V-Bean said this is a Nightwing Icewing crossbreed hybrid dragon. Ice Wings are actually one of my favorites. I really like Nightwings as well, but my favorite two Wings of Fire dragons are like Ice Wings and Rain Wings, and I'm always fighting over which one I should actually make my OC. I guess I could combine them both together, but I don't know. I could try, but at the moment my own OC is just a plain Rain Wing. I like the idea that they can change colour and stuff, and I like that they have a slightly longer, thinner body, and they've got that long curly tail. And Ice Wings, I just like how pointy they are. I like how they have long pointy horns, and I like their colours. I like that sort of, I love colouring ice and snow and like mixing in little bits of orange, sort of not orange, green and blue and that kind of thing. Actually, one of the only purchasable 3D model I've ever made is of a little Ice Wing, which I have on one of the 3D printing sites. It's supposed to be winter, but I chibi-fied it, so you can hardly tell. But yeah, I do have that on the Colts 3D website to purchase for like, I don't know, $4 if you have a 3D printer. And I did start making a Rainwing one as well, but at the time I started doing the 2D art again, so I never really finished the Rainwing one. If anybody is interested in also being able to print a Rainwing version of my chibi dragons, and let me know and I might finish it. I did get pretty far in the process. I think I just need to finish the wings and add all the spines along its back, and it was pretty cute. I might share the whip of that in case somebody's interested. Yeah, I was super into Wings of Fire. I have read all of the series except for the last one. I have this thing where I read books super quickly, and it really annoys me if a series isn't finished and I then have to wait. So I decided to wait until the next series was finished before picking up the books and reading them. And it is finished now, but I can't find just that box set anywhere. They don't seem to sell just the newest box set. You can get all of them at once, or you can get like the last two or something like that, but they don't seem to want to just sell just the last set. They're trying to force you to buy like more books than you need, and to buy them individually is going to be quite expensive. I probably will bite the bullet and just get them individually, so I have something. I might try get them in time for my little holiday after Christmas, so I have something to read on the beach or something like that. By the way, it's summer in Christmas time in Australia, so we don't go to the snow during Christmas, we go to the beach, which is what I plan on doing in the new year. So like the classic sort of holiday season things to do are like, I think I like have seafood dinner and barbecues and pavlovas and that kind of thing. We don't chuck shrimps on the barbies. For one, a shrimp in Australia is the tiny little prawns, the microscopic ones. They would just fall straight through the grill. We call them prawns. So yeah, we might put some prawns on the barbie, but it would never be a shrimp. That's just silly. We don't actually, in my family, we don't really do summer meals for Christmas. We still stick to like the traditional winter meals, like having a big roast and ham and, you know, like roast potato and Yorkshire and gravy and that kind of stuff. Partly because my dad is actually from England, and partly because that's still a pretty big tradition for a lot of people here. I guess it sort of comes with how Australia was colonised, and, you know, that most of the families had come from European places where it is winter during Christmas. So we kind of just absorb a lot of the Christmas ideas and themes and stuff. Like, you know, the shop windows will spray snow around, fake snow around the windows, and there'll be snowflakes and stuff, and, you know, you have winter hats and things like that, even though in parts of Australia this Christmas it's going to be 45 degrees Celsius. So it's kind of weird. We just accept that the rest of the world likes celebrating it as it's a winter, so we just go along with it. But yeah, I won't be wearing a woolly jumper, that's for sure. I'll be wearing a t-shirt. I'm getting close to being done with this line art. If you'd been watching, you would have noticed I did sort of like traced over the sketch first, and then when I turned the sketch off, I returned to the line art, and I like to thicken parts up or thin them down. I did use a bit too thick of a paintbrush whilst I was line arting this, so you may have noticed I did quite a lot of thinning down of the lines, especially the scales on the face. I thought they were looking too big and chunky. I have decided to do a background for this as well. It is a winter themed background, but that's because this is a part ice swing, so it doesn't matter what season it is where I am, because this dragon probably lives in the snowy place, so you can have a wintry themed border. And this is my first attempt at just doing a line art border. Normally I would only do these borders if I was colouring, but I thought it would just be cool to add a little border to it, and I had something in mind, icicles, so I thought I'd give it a go. Again, I did the lines too thick, so you will see me grabbing the eraser in a moment and erasing down those thick, fat icicle lines. And I also made it a little too small, so I do also enlarge the circle itself, so that there's a bit more space and I can center the line art for the dragon itself a bit better, and the overall sort of flow or feel to the picture is better. I decided to make a couple different versions of this for VBean because I wasn't quite sure what they wanted to do with the line art. I had the coloured line art with the blue lines, and then I also made a black version. I made a version without the border and one with the border, so they could do what they like with it. as they may decide to get someone else to colour the line art for them, or they may decide to colour it themselves, or maybe I'll even do it later down the track, who knows. So I like to keep the options open for people, so whenever I'm doing art for other people, I usually have different options available, and I make sure that I keep my extra layers so that if changes are needed, it's fairly easy for me to change. For instance, this I'm erasing around so this fits into this circle, but I did actually keep a copy of the original line art, so it's separate from the erased down one, so if we need to make changes I can do that. So here it is, here's the finished line art for V-Bean. I hope you like it. I really enjoyed drawing a character, and thank you for participating in my competition. Well, thanks everybody for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give me a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I also have a Patreon if you'd like to support me. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!